G'day. We're doing blues turnarounds here, acoustic blues turnarounds. I get asked about this a lot. We're talking about that part of the song when you're doing like a 12-bar blues. We're going to keep it simple. Let's just keep it to 12-bar blues. And let's say you're coming down from the 5 chord to the 4 chord, and that's that last 2 bars where you've got that. Right? That's the turnaround. So we wind up at the end of this landing on our 5 chord, B7 in this case, because we're in the key of E. And the turnaround kind of means that we've got to the end, but we're setting the listener up to hear another round. It's almost like when you land on that chord, it's like, stick around, there's more. And then you go back to the start. So before that, we've got that little run, which you've heard a million times. But I get asked about this a lot because there's lots of different ways to do it. It's all based on the same idea. I'll do a few in a row, give you so you know what I'm talking about. So there's that one which I've just done, or it could be, or I messed that one up. We'll fix that in editing. And we won't fix it in editing out. Golly, I've been found out. All right, so that's what we're talking about. So what is it? Why are there so many of them? And you know, how do I get to know more of them? The basic idea is that we're creating a journey in that second last bar. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then we want to land on our 5 chord. So the first beat of that bar, 1, that's nearly always going to be the E chord itself in this key. Unless you're in the key of G, then it will be the G chord. All right? So we're playing that root chord. So that's 1, and then we've got 2, 3, 4, 1, and by the time you get to the 1 of the next bar, you should be at the 5 chord. Which is the B. So the journey is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Da, da, da. There's the 1 on the root. 2, you're going down a tone. So there's going to be a gap, and then it's chromatic, and that will bring you nicely to that 5 chord. So that's one version of it. 1, da, 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 da. You've heard that a lot. That's how they finish Rock Around the Clock. And then there's another version of it which is ascending. That's descending. This is ascending. And this goes from the root note, that's your 1, and then go to the major third, which is the A flat. So it's your 4th fret down on that low string. So on the same count, that also brings you to the B, same note. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that's what all of these journeys are. They're variations on that very theme. In fact, if you play those together, so there's 2 E's. Then if we go A flat and D, we go A and D flat, I've got to add this up now. We go B flat and C, which sounds a little discordant by itself, but in the scheme of things it'll work. And then you land with 2 Bs there. Right, so you see how that works? So they can work together. This first one that I did, that's created a little harmony there. Let's see how so there's the 1. When we get to there, there's the D. We're just using an E7 shape. So that we use that as the home chord on 1. The E7 shape moves up so that your second finger is on the 5th fret. And then you keep the same shape all the way back there. So it'll sound like. I'm employing a little bit of finger picking when I do that, but you can play the whole guitar. You can go, because all of the notes, it's the beauty of the open strings. This is why we like the key of E so much when we're playing solo guitar. So that's one version of it. The one I did up here, again employing a little bit of finger picking, but that's that shape there, that's like a D7 shape moved up 2 frets. Right, so that makes it an E7, from D7, D sharp, E7. And I hope you can see that. So I'm on 4th fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, 2nd string. I hope you can see that. That's 4th fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 4th fret, 1st string. It's handy to form it without your first finger, because that first finger, as you move this chord up, it can actually play the root note back there. So that's an E, and it's an E7. So that makes a complete chord. I'm not using it in this instance. And then I did this little thing where I took the little finger off. So you see that? So that's a cool way to do it. Or you could just use the whole chord all the way down. You can also do a version where you just have that little finger off the whole time, have an open string instead, and you'll get this sound. And then there's another version where you just do it on the 3rd string, keep the other strings open. So this is just like a 1 finger version of that. Right, you land back on the E there. So notice with these, I'm actually landing on the E chord when I get to the end of that bar. So it does give me the B note is in there, but I only want to hit that B7 when I get to that that next part of the bar. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's your very last bar, which is landing on the B7. All right, so let's move up here. So this one, that's a real Delta blues style turnaround. Got to move your fingers around a little bit, but it starts off. We're right up on the 12th fret, and 2nd finger on the 4th string. 3rd finger on the 2nd string, and your pinky is on the top string. So that's all on the 12th, and you've got to move your fingers around a little bit, because what we're going to do is on that 4th and 2nd string, they're going to move down until you hit the 9th, whilst you're holding that 12th fret down with your pinky the whole time, and that becomes a drone note, so that doesn't move. So the way I move my fingers is with the next move, have my first finger come in on the D, and the 2nd finger moves to the B. Do you see that? And then I do a little bar there with the 1st finger, and then I land there. And the shape of that That's actually, you see it's out of an E chord. Right, so guitar's slightly out of tune, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that's a few different ones there, and then check out this one. This is probably my personal favourite. So this one's got ascending and descending at the same time, and we're grabbing that the first thing you see, play on the one, you're playing E, and then it's the second beat of that 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So on that 2, the second beat, 9th fret right there with your first finger, so that's holding down the guts of that E chord, and your second finger is grabbing the D, so that's beginning the descending line there on the low string. At the same time, as we go back, so that one needs to go back, we're doing an ascending line on the B string. You can start and stop this video if you're getting lost, but it's a bit to take in. So see what happens there? So I move things around. So now my third finger's playing there. I want to keep that E through the whole thing. My little finger is starting to do that climb on the B string, which is eventually going to go to there. Look at this. So I move that around like that. Third finger's not doing anything. I'll get that out of the way so you can see. So now, and then you go one more. Get the third finger out of the way. So I know it looks like it's doing something. It's not doing anything. So that's what you're doing. And that third finger normally will just sort of hover over the top and not touch anything. Okay. That's a cool one, isn't it? So in context, yeah, so it's a real favourite. There's a simpler way that you can do it, just playing chord shapes. So that's just in the open position where you play E. Got a helicopter going overhead, I don't know if you can hear that. So we play an E to an E dominant 7th, an A, just a straight A chord, then a straight A minor chord, and then back to E, and then we'll wind up at the B. So in practice that would be, here's the turnaround. So we still get the same little line. It's all going down on the B string there. Another version of that, slightly different voicings, but this is really cool too. I like this. So from the E dominant 7th, check that out. So now we've got A, but we're playing the bass note on the C sharp. This has the effect of giving us a run down on the A while we've got another run down on the B string. Okay, that's a C7. So that comes after that A, C7, and then back to E, and then you've got your turnaround chord. So there's a bunch of them. So I hope that's useful. Gives you some a few more arrows to your quiver, or whatever that saying is. I'll leave you with one more thing. So this is cool as well, where you can use any of those that we've just looked at and do them in reverse. So a lot of these. They're all descending. They're all going back towards the nut. Just do the same thing, but in reverse. So check this out. So I'll do that one down in the open position. All right, you hear that? Or you could go. Or you could go like this. Or how about this one up here? It went like that, we just do it the other way. Alright, so they work as well. You listen to old Muddy Waters records, he does a lot of those turnarounds where they do the ascending version of it. Freddie King used to like to do that as well. Listen to his version of Keys to the Highway. He's got, he uses that one. Or something very similar to it. All right, let's leave it there. I could go on, but I have to leave these, somewhere under 4.5 hours each. I do go on a bit once I get started, but I hope that's all useful. Tune in again. We'll do some other stuff. See you later.